Okay, developing a saving culture. If you look at that topic critically, I could as well say develop a saving culture. But the linguist among us knows that once you use ing after a word, it's a continuous word, right? So it says developing a saving culture. It's not something that must end. You probably, maybe you've saved or you've invested in something. You must continue to do it. And that is why that topic says developing. It's not saying developing. It should be a continuous thing. And that's why I want to admonish us, as many of us, maybe you have invested in one or the other, you shouldn't stop there. You should look for other areas where you can invest. So, without further delay, it says, for the purpose of reviewing this topic, we will be considering the following subtopics. The first one says, what is a saving culture? How do you develop a saving culture? What are the importance of saving culture? Quotes of saving. What is a saving culture? It says this is an act of disciplining yourself into saving money regularly that will lead to accumulated wealth over the time. It is important to note that saving can come in form of your resources, time, and talent. Now, I'll go back to the first sentence. It said this is an act of disciplining yourself. This is an act of disciplining yourself. I could as well remove, this is an act, I could as well remove the word or that phrase saying discipline yourself and say this is an act of saving money. But I want us to pay attention to something. It says discipline yourself. It's just to tell you that for you to develop this saving culture, the word discipline is very paramount. And I think that's the challenge most of us have. We don't discipline ourselves. And one of the things when I said when I was presenting this sometime, that was the time I was asked to present, is that so many of us, we want to do this, you want to buy this, you want to eat the best food, wear the best clothes. I'm not saying it's not good to wear clothes. I'm not saying it's not good to wear the best in town. But at the same time, we need to consider our future. Now, you look at that definition. It says that will lead to accumulated wealth. Daddy Egeleme, when he was presenting his special talk, he gave the story of that little boy. Over time, the money to the boy may be little, or to the parent may be little, because it's part of their yearly routine. They go for vacation. But over time, the money did accumulate. And that was what the boy used in saving the parents. What am I saying in essence is that the word discipline is very, very important. If you want to develop a saving, you need to discipline yourself. You need to discipline. I'm not saying you should not eat the best food, but there are some times that you can just afford not to buy that clothes. And I will tell you, I'll give myself as an example. I remember when I started working, being a career person, you want to buy this shoe. When you see any gown, you just pass by the market, you see this fine gown. I must buy this thing. Especially shoes. And the ladies among us, you can attest to, when you have a lot of shoes at home, what happens to you? You can't wear everything at the same time. What happens to the shoe? It gets spoiled. Why don't you just invest that money? And that's why you ask my husband, I don't have plenty of shoes. It's not as if I can't afford them. I'd rather invest my money in something that will generate income for me in the future. I pray the Lord will help us in Jesus' name. It says it is important to note that saving can